Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, so trying to, rush it a little bit. First, I go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow in the shade 2. I use like a lot of this. Oh, okay. All over my face. And I blend this in with a brush only. So I take like a flat foundation brush and tap that in. I feel like this adds some color to my face, so I'm not as pale, as well as like giving a glow. And when I do my makeup, every time I finish with a product, I put it back in my bag so that I know just to save up some more space. Then I go with the Infallible foundation. I personally use 2 pumps for my whole face, and that covers enough. Then I take my finger and just apply a little bit everywhere. And I go in with a flat foundation brush like this and blend it all out. And then I use a beauty sponge after. So I'm going to come back after. And I go in with my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer on a brush like this, angled. And I just take it on my cheekbones. I feel like I really have to pack into this product for it to do anything. Like a few, maybe 2-3 layers for it to start showing up. Like that. But I go over with powder bronzer anyway, so it doesn't really matter, because I got the Juvia's Place palette for blush and bronzer. I'm trying to do this fast so I don't take up too much storage. So this is a rushed makeup tutorial, even though I'm not in a rush to go anywhere. And then the other side of my cheekbone. Gotta dig in there. And then I close this up, take whatever's left along my jaw. And I go in with my concealer. I use the CoverGirl concealer in the shade L600. I think that's light. 1 dot here, 1 dot on the outside, and then above my lip, under my chin, and my forehead. And then I go in with my foundation brush. And blend that all in. feel like I've gotten really good at shade matching myself for products. Some people let their concealer sit for a bit under their eyes, but I just like to go in since I use a brush for fuller coverage anyway. And then I blend my forehead out just with tapping motions. I got the Hello Kitty brushes. I'm using all my TJ Maxx brushes for this look. Then I go in with the e.l.f. Putty bronzer, not bronzer, blush, in the shade Turks and Caicos, or however you pronounce it. My bronzer shade was Golden Days. I take this big blush brush, or whatever it's for, but I use it for blush. And I really dig in here too, because it takes a lot in order to get the pigment, but I'm using another blush over anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I like more peachy, orangey blushes, personally. Then we close that up and we begin to set my face. So first I go in with a powder puff and the pressed Fit Me powder. If I can open it. I take some in circles, rub it on my hand in circles to get it even, and then go under my eye while looking up, so I can hopefully prevent any creases. But my under eye is always creased anyway, just because like that's the natural shapes of my eye, sadly. And then set my eyes as well. And then I take this everywhere else that I put concealer, like my chin, above my lip, and my forehead. I love this pressed powder. I feel like it's very blurring and mattifying. And then I take the loose finishing powder, Fit Me, shade 10. My pressed powder is in the shade 120. I take a big fluffy brush like this, and then I just evenly coat the brush and tap some off, and then I go over everywhere else that I didn't put the pressed powder, especially my nose, or when you do nose contour. Just lightly set my whole face with powder. And then I close that up, and we can begin with the bronzer, powder bronzer, and powder blush. So for powder bronzer, I take, where's the brush? Same angled brush. And I go into both shades. It's just some of my jaw as well. And then over my forehead. And then, so the bronzer's in the shade light, the blush is in the shade 5. The blush, a little goes a long way, so recommend to tap it off. And then pack it on there. And you can always blend it off after. I use a very dense brush for my blush just to make sure it's very pigmented. And then I take my powder brush again and I blend it all together in circle motions. Then I go in with the Revolution highlighter in the shade Make an Impact, I think it is. It's a rose gold shade, so take that on my nose. I actually forgot to do my nose contour, but I will do that in a second. And then go on my cheekbones. Oops, I just dropped it. I'll pick that up later. I open the bronzer palette up again. Take a little fluffy brush like this. Go through the bottom of my nose. I'm just gonna go around where I put the highlight, the sides. And then the sides of my nose, straight up and down. You can't really tell, but I just do it anyway. And then I take my setting spray, the e.l.f. green one, shake it up, and I go heavily with it. Then I take a cotton pad with some makeup remover. Let me get that. And I take the NK lip pencil in the shade Rosewood A26. Line my lips. I personally don't overline, but I have a double lip line, so sometimes it's difficult to figure out exactly where to line. So sometimes I have to go over some spots a little extra. And then I take my e.l.f. lipstick in the shade Standing Ovation. And curl my lashes. Or at least try to. The mascara that I use is Maybelline Falsies in the shade Blackest Black. I'll come back after I do that because I cannot do that on camera. Then lastly, I take the e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Eyeliner in black and do my waterline. Sometimes it makes my eyes water if I do it a little too hard. Take this off. Fix up my eyebrows if I could find the eyebrow brush. And that's the finished look. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, oops, share, turn your post notifications on wherever it's located, and comment what you'd like to see more of. Thanks for watching, which I already said, but I'll see you in my next video. Bye!